What's up, everybody? How we doing? Tuesday night hangout. I'm a little bit late. We're only 5 minutes, though, so we're probably better than what we regularly are. But we're here. And how's everybody doing? Eagles OTAs going on, starting yesterday, I guess. We didn't get any footage, actually. So, but we will on tomorrow. Tomorrow, media, open access. So we'll be able to actually catch up to that and see what the guys are doing. It's open, apparently, for the entirety based on reports. So lots of videos, breakdowns, interviews, press conferences, I would assume. But curious, what are y'all looking forward to the most? What do y'all want to see? Which positional battles? Talked about it on the video today. By the way, too, it's a pinned comment, but if you want to win a Saquon Barkley jersey, you got to go to the other video. And I apologize because I know some people were like, hey, it took me to another video. That's all the link did. But it's the best way that I've found so far to get as many people as possible a potential chance to win a Saquon Barkley jersey. So, again, for those that are interested, you can comment Saquon if you want, but it's not going to help you on this video. You click on the link there, that's the pinned comment, and it'll take you to that other video. Just briefly mention Saquon. You can come right back to the live stream. We're going to draw in, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever. Give enough chance just in case people have not actually gotten a chance to get in on the giveaway. And again, reminder, tonight we'll draw the Saquon Barkley jersey, and then Friday night will be the 2 Eagles regular season tickets. So what's up, everybody, though? How we doing? LA Kid, how's it going? There you go, going to Smitty's softball game. Hope to see you and Thomas there. Yeah, it is a potential. So we're going to give away tickets to that as well in a little while. It won't be immediately, but should be able to have some tickets for the softball game too, for those that are interested. But maybe, we will see. I'm trying to work out logistics, if that's a possibility. Would be really cool. I'm just not 100% yet. So, Michael H., Philly 500 pounds, Camden Steele, R. Powell, just relaxing. Tequila Lester, Frankie Ray, what's up? I think I already said David Ertz, but if not, what's up, man? Cool Rains, Eagle 1. Fanny Isaiah Thomas in action. JSD Kistan, greetings from Northeast Philly. Danielle Davis 1, hey brother, you're killing it. There's the sis. What's up? Everybody say hello to sister. Little sister. She's in the chat. Maybe. Unless she just quickly commented and she's gone. Thank you, though. By the way, she's getting married soon. So actually, you should mention a congrats to her in about a month. Like a month and a half. So congrats to Danielle. Eduardo. Corner battle. Love it. Yes. Jeremiah Butler, I won't win the jersey. You don't know. You might. There are 2,000 comments, though. So we'll see. Eagles Playbook Podcast. What's up, bro? Great show. I appreciate that. Thanks, man. Ethan, I think all I saw was dang it. I don't know what that's referring to. Devante, you really went with the big pimpin'. My gosh, what's up, man? I'm doing good. I'm a little bit tired. I'm not going to lie. Just lack of sleep the last few days with the schedule and the little ones and our 2-year-olds going through the molars, I suppose. But, all right, Danielle's still here. There you go. Johnny Wilson and Nia Smith, wide receiver 3 competition. I'm right there with you. Western Trejo, I think is how you say that. But that is, to me, I mean, there's so many other battles that we can talk about. And we'll probably get into all of them. But when you're talking about the depth chart, certainly with the Devante Parker and retiring, I mean, that was crazy. It's not a huge loss, but it was surprising. I was right there with a lot of you guys. I do appreciate everyone. Yes, the congrats to little sis. So that's awesome. She's seeing it. Yeah, there you go. Congrats on the marriage. Emily, what's up? Yeah, just joining. Literally just started. I was going over the jersey giveaways and everything else. My little sister happened to tune in on the chat. I saw her comment here, so everyone's giving a quick shout out and congrats to her because she's getting married in a month and a half. But getting into the OTAs, I mean, yeah, there's so many things to go with. Devante Parker, like I say, it wasn't a shock, or it was a little bit of a shock, but not a glaring, oh my gosh, we just lost the guy, right? We're not going to be freaking out. It's not a huge loss. It's not a guy who, he may not have even made the roster. Like, let's be honest. It's fine. You know what? If you believe that he was going, that's perfectly fine. He might have. He could have found something, but he was dead last in separation the last 4 years. So when we signed him from the very beginning, I was going, I don't know what's going on. Oh, Ethan said, okay, all right. He said, I got to go comment on the other video. That's why I said, dang, I'm sorry. I don't know a better way to do it, quite honestly. So, yes, that's true. At least she's not a delusional Cowboys fan. I don't know if Danielle is... I just kind of... The vast majority of the family is... I actually don't know. That's probably bad, but I don't know if how much or even what team she would really call her. I don't think... I don't know. I should know that. That's great. Marquise, what's up from Dodge City, Kansas? Let's go. Easy as his name. Sup from Dallas? There you go. Right in the backyard. Heck yeah, bro. If Fanny losing Devante Parker was like losing the water boy. Okay, that probably, maybe, that's pretty harsh, but yeah, like he wasn't going to play a whole lot. So yes, it's not a huge miss, and especially because, like we say, Ainias Smith, I think it's Dillock. Ainias Smith, wide receiver 3. Yeah. Thomas, I'm not a Phillies fan. No, not really. But they're doing great. Hopefully the Eagles can, I don't know, catch whatever they've got. Once the season starts, just blow everything out of the water and do great. Still, though, like, to me, this opens up a spot or maybe Anthony DeBona, shout out to him. He said, like, for Britton Covey, possibly. Could be Britton Covey. I think overall, though, it just brings up the fact that you're going to have Ainias Smith, competition there, Johnny Wilson, and it really gets into, like, outside receiver versus, like, slot receiver. Where does that fall? Because wide receiver 3 to me is probably more of a slot option. I think that's all of us, right? Because we've got A.J. Brown, we got Devante Smith. Now, if Devante goes into the slot some, surely he will, then, that would be good, right? Because you get some versatility. You get the guys playing off of the system and the scheme with Kellen Moore. But I don't know. It feels like you've got a chance for Johnny Wilson. You need someone on the outside. It does not seem like, I could be wrong, but it does not seem like Parris Campbell or Ainias Smith are your options for an outside receiver. They could play it. They can. It's not like they haven't done it at all in their career, but not as much. And so then the question is Johnny Wilson that guy? Is Joseph Ngata that guy? Maybe Austin Watkins. There's a lot of different options, but I think for the most part, we're just, it's Devante Parker's not a huge miss. Let's just say that. Nate, what's up, man? Says, I like Covey and Covey the rookie Smith. I love Ainias Smith. Pause, but for the roster. Would love to actually have him come on the show. I've commented a few times on his channel. He's got a YouTube channel, for those that don't know. Haven't got anything back, but figured, what the heck? Maybe he sees this video today, and we'll get that. Fitness Warrior, what's up, man? It says, good evening. Just wanted to support you before I started the Planet of the Apes series. Let's go. It has been a minute since I have watched Planet of the Apes. It's been a while. Is that a new? This may be just how unfamiliar I am. Is that a new series, or is it like you're saying you're starting like the OG series? Ethan, appreciate it, man. I see the comment. Yeah, I've been doing some CrossFit, so this is also a medium, so it's maybe helping me a little bit. But I threw it on right before recording, and then I was like, all right, well, just wear it. I appreciate that, though. And let me actually throw out this one. There's no comment from Shane, but I appreciate the 5. If you have another comment, maybe did I miss it? Throw something out there, and I'll put it up. Otherwise, if it's just supporting, I appreciate it. But if you want to have anything get read, assuming it's appropriate, then throw that out there. Also missed that question earlier. Jeremiah asking if they make Johnny Wilson or make him a tight end. I highly doubt it. Right? Like, are they going to make Johnny Wilson a dude who, Like, blocking is the biggest question mark. It's the biggest concern, the issue, whatever, but you have your second tight end as CJ Uzomah. So, you could move him to a position, try to work things out, but it's a tight end 3 at that point. You got Grant Calcaterra, Albert O. There's some competition there. I don't know. We'll see where he goes. Oh, okay. There you go. The new one just came out. I didn't know. I'm behind, but the Planet of the Apes. So I do need to do that. I need to go back and watch those now that you mentioned it. I appreciate the heads up because I am completely in the dark, obviously. But yeah, like with Johnny Wilson, I can't see it. There's no way in my mind. Could be dead wrong, but there's no way in my mind you move Johnny Wilson to tight end. He is a receiver. He's a mismatch waiting to happen. Long ball, throw it up to him. Red zone naturally. And I mean, I guess if you want to do like a quasi tight end package, sure, you could like move him into a goal line package maybe, but it's still, I think it's just a telltale sign. Like you're giving it away. That's where I would go with. Anyway, just keep him at receiver. You have your options at tight end. But we'll see, because I would personally love, and I get the point of, I made the comment on the video today, Ainias Smith is my wide receiver 3 on the roster. There's not a doubt in my mind. He has all the tools, all the intangibles, watch the film, and he's just different. Like, he's different than your other wide receiver 3 options. And I'm not sure you could say I'm discrediting or knocking or trashing Parris Campbell. Like, he's serviceable. He could be fine, and he may start. It is. I get it. Ainias Smith is a rookie. Makes perfect sense. If you want to wait, if you want to be patient with him. But the weapon that he can be, I mean, it won't shock me if we get into the middle or later part of the season, and then all of a sudden, at least by then, Ainias Smith is the starter at wide receiver 3. Now, hopefully it's before then, because, again, you just look at this dude, and you're able to throw it to him, and he breaks tackle. It's yards after catch. That's what it comes down to. Able to make people miss. He was a running back for a reason. So that's where I would go. Thomas, I understand. Thomas Panzer says Parris Campbell just has more experience. Totally fine. He may end up getting the starting job, and he will for sure. I would be shocked, but I would go ahead and say he's going to for sure get the most reps with first team. I mean, of course, he's got more experience. He's the vet. Ainias Smith is also coming off the injury of the shin fracture, I think. So it may take him a little bit of time. But ultimately, that's where I would lean. Band Up Fresh, sorry, solid comment. Yeah, the sign here, I got it off of a random website, but there's a link in the description. If you go down to it, it says, I think it's like linked to the neon sign or something like that, but there's a link in the description if you want to check it out. It's crazy expensive, just to be forewarned. It was not that expensive. I say it every time because there's like once per live show, but it was not that expensive when I first bought it. Now it is. Let's see. Did I announce the winner for the jersey? No, not yet. I'm giving it just a little bit of time because I want to make sure people, if they are wanting to enter, get in the last couple comments. I posted about it. It's obviously here on the video too. So anyone else interested in a Saquon Barkley jersey, we will do that probably in, I don't know, 30-ish minutes, maybe. We'll get into some other Q&A and everything else. But yeah, we'll do that probably about 9:30 Eastern time, somewhere around there. And then again, we will do the 2 Eagles tickets on the Friday night. It's a good point. JT's asking, Quinyon signing yet? So far, no. I haven't seen anything. Marty, what's up? Go Birds. So far, nothing on Quinyon, but it's not a shock. It's not a surprise. Again, that just like the Devante Parker, we missed him. Is it a big deal? No. Is it a big deal that Quinyon has not signed yet? No. Remember, like Keely Ringo did this, and in fact, I made a video the day of that Keely Ringo signed. It was like 2 or 3 days from training camp, and it was just to kind of document, like, why has he not signed? There's no reason to be like, fearful or whatever. And then literally as soon as I dropped the video, like 30 minutes later, it's like, oh, Keely Ringo signed his contract. So it could play out. It could go all the way into July. I think that's whenever Cam Jurgens did. So not a Not a big concern. I'll say that. Fanny, that's a good point. You ought to give away an Eagles lava lamp. It's been a long time since we were talking about Planet of the Apes somehow, but forever since I've seen that, forever since I've seen a lava lamp, let alone had one. Would be kind of cool. JT dropped the vid then. Yeah, I guess if that's the way that it works, I'll make a video and be like, hey, why is Quinyon Mitchell not signed yet? Then they'll go ahead and sign him. I highly doubt that that's the way, even though there have been a couple. We'll see. Nate, that's a good question here. Nate's got a good, let's see. If we win the Barkley jersey, can we trade it in for another name? Sure. You know what? Why not? Make it the jersey of your choice. I figured that, most people want it. But yes, if you win it or if someone else is out there and they would prefer a different jersey, just let me know. Yeah, he says I like my odds, I'm saying. Let's see. Yeah, Kaka Monsters got the feeling Tyler Hall will make the team? Possibly. He's got uphill battle, as all the corners do naturally. But he's got some talent, got some ability. But man, that slot position, which is where it feels like he's going to be competing for. We love the depth. You want the depth there, but I go back and forth of how many people are actually there, and who they're going to have to beat out. I mean, even if you take 7 corners, we've looked over it like a number of different times. But Little Griffith, what's up? Big fan. Appreciate it. Think you're going to be an uncle, right? I saw that comment on one of the others, so congrats to you. Just relaxing. I really want... Okay. Again, I have no control over who wins the jersey, but it would be pretty cool because you say, I really want a Saquon jersey because I got family members who are Giants fans I want to piss off. Well, hopefully you win. That would be a good reason to. Yes, Gabe Hall. If Gabe Hall makes it, I'll be pretty pumped. Y'all know that. Obviously, I went to Baylor, so I would say there's a decent chance. I brought this up to Anthony when we were recording this past weekend. There's a decent chance if Gabe Hall makes the roster, or I guess even before then, we'll try to work on something. But if he makes the roster, feel like we could probably get him on for an interview. Work the connections a little bit. Surely we could do something there. Annette had to get my Smitty jersey midnight green. Josh, what games are on your win-loss column? I think Ravens, Bengals might be the L's. Yeah, I've kind of got the Ravens and the Bengals. I have 4 losses because I'm trying to be, somewhat realistic, but the wins increased since the draft, and as I've started looking at the team more, is that extra hype? Who knows? Hopefully they live up to the expectations, but I got 13-4. I think the loss column is the Ravens, the Bengals. I actually have the Commanders in Washington. There's just, like the fluky game. It seems like just about every year it's like, oh, well, we struggled against Washington, or they're just very close. So Washington, you win, you lose a divisional game there, and then until they prove me wrong, I would love for us to win AT&T Stadium, but because we are cursed since 2017 to get a win there, I hate to say it, but yeah, I've got Dallas beating us, so there would be the 4. You got Dallas, Washington, Baltimore, and Cincinnati, but we'll see. Obviously, because I've predicted it, it's not going to happen. One of those, at least, will be wrong. Johnny Panee, I think, is maybe how I say that. I hopefully didn't butcher it, but first time being able to check in. Go Birds. Go Birds. Marquise does not believe that we're losing to the Ravens. Love the optimism. I think we'll have a chance, for sure, but it's going to be a tough game. Either way. J20 late July. Chris and Misha, what's up? Let's go. Live from the hospital. Girlfriend in labor, welcoming our little boy, also the newest Eagles fan to the family. Heck yeah. Congratulations. Prayers your way. Hopefully everything's good. What an exciting time. That is, heck yeah. Do you have a name? I'm curious if we've got a name picked out yet or if you need the chat to help. Heck yeah. Congrats. Congrats to you guys, though. Davey saying, imagine if Johnny Wilson turned out to be a stud like Puka. I suppose we can hope. Don't know if he's going to be that quick of a turnaround, but if he did, I mean, I really don't know. He's not going to get the volume for. I mean, that's another thing. He's not going to get the volume to even turn into the stud like Puka because you have all these guys. Unless, well, I'm not even going to say it, but something would have to happen for him to get more playing time, and we don't really want that. But sure, it would be great. AM just got here, wins the giveaway. We're going to do it 9:30-ish. Sometime around then. I'm awake. Are you? Gabe Hall will make the team. That's the vibe we need right there. That's the one that I want. Gabe Hall. Lots of talent and ability. Love it. Market Money, who has more pressure, or has pressure to perform right away between the offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator? It's a good question. I would say it's got to be. I would say it's got to be Kellen Moore. More pressure, at least from the get-go. I know it's an adjustment, and either way, you could make the argument or the case like, hey, they got to get acclimated. There's being some patience, some changing things, a little bit of growing pains perhaps. Might be a slow start, hopefully not. But still, like, I'm sorry. There's not another offensive coordinator in the league with more talent to work with. Like, let's be honest. There's just not. There's plain and simple not another. And that's not a, I know the whole national narrative of Chris Sims on Jalen Hurts and all this other stuff. But, like, all the pieces are there for Kellen Moore. I'm not getting into the whole Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is better than every single ranking that Chris Sims does. But still, you got the pieces. You have to make something work. There could be some slower, take off from the initial start of the season, like I said. But still, that side there's really no excuses. Now, the defense, I mean, you hired Vic Fangio for a reason. So, yeah, there's some pressure. And we saw how bad it was. But I think you also go into it objectively. It feels like the vast majority of people, based on comments and everything else, you look at this team and you say, okay, but the defense does not have as many surefire pieces to, prove or to say like, all right, they're going to go out there and just dominate. Whereas the offense for sure does. The defense is like, okay, you know what? Hey, you got a better secondary for sure. Linebackers, hopefully. Does Nakobe Dean win out that job? Is he to the level that we need and want him to be? Is it Zack Baun? Does Devin White return to form, or does he play like he did last season and just kind of continue his decline? And then even for the pass rush, like, there's some potential. There's athletes out there. But, I mean, I don't know. Based on what we've seen, besides Jalen Carter, I mean, is there anyone else that we're like rock solid? You go into it and be like, yep, that no question. They will perform absolutely fine. Maybe Josh Sweat. He had the pressures. He got the pressures. He didn't get the sacks. Bryce Huff, tons of talent, lots of ability, good stats even from last year, but he was playing half the time like a situational pass rusher. So there's, all sorts of questions for him getting in here. So, great question as far as more pressure, OC or DC, but I think it's a no-brainer for me of Fangio. David asking here, Josh, you think they'll use Wilson in the red zone? I think a little bit. I think it might be less than what most people expect, but I think they would occasionally, right? He's got the height, the mismatches, and everything there, but still, even just having A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, maybe Ainias Smith if he's your wide receiver 3. Like, if all those guys or even some of them are on the field, that's more than enough mismatches to begin with. So I don't know. You may occasionally throw in a package or two. It feels like if you get that, it'd be later on in the season. But, you don't really know. Jared asking, are you a fan of the Week 5 bye? Seems too early in the season for me. Yeah, I'm with you. It's preferably, we could go with a 9, 10, somewhere around there. But it does feel too early. Nate saying whole new offensive system. We're probably probably more likely to see the starters in the preseason. Oh, question there. Sorry, I left out the question mark, so I read it as if it was a statement. But that's potentially a good point as well. I don't know. That's a yeah. I would still be inclined to say no. That we're not going to see the starters. If there wasn't a joint training camp practices, because we know the Patriots, and I don't know if we're going to get another one or if it's just going to be the Pats. But some of the players, and even Sirianni said, like, that gives you better looks than it does games because everyone's running, basic vanilla offenses, defenses. You're not showing anything. It's crazy basic. Why risk it? Why get someone injured? They could get injured, yes, in practice, but I don't know. I would lean towards no, but it's a fair point, like you say, because of the new offensive system and you get everyone up to speed. You don't want to have, show up on week 1 and go, well, here you go. This is the first time that we're doing it in live action. But yeah, I think they probably can get enough from the joint practices to feel confident. But if they're going poorly, we get reports of oh my gosh, it's just terrible. It's like a dumpster fire and everyone can't figure out anything. I don't know, maybe possibly Nick goes in there and is like, yeah, you know what? Let's put him out there. Let's do it for a series. Camden put Johnny Wilson at middle linebacker. Oh my gosh. Castan, who do I think is going to be the newest defensive quarterback? Dean, Trotter Jr., Devin White, or somebody else? Yeah. Man, I go back and forth. That is, we talk about camp battles, right? So we opened up with the receivers. Yes, want to see Ainias Smith. How does he do? Talk briefly on the corners. This is another one of those. I really don't know. That is. It feels like it could be Devin White. I mean, Howie has a ton invested in Nakobe Dean, and the Eagles as a whole do. It's not like Vic Fangio's come out and said anything negatively about Nakobe Dean, but he didn't draft him. He didn't go out there and say, hey, that's my guy. That's the linebacker that I want for my system. So, I mean, clean slate. Hey, it could be anybody. Could be anybody calling this defense. I don't know. If I had to pick someone right now, I probably would lean towards Devin White. Devin White being the green dot where call the defense, and Fangio has a lot of trust in. I would assume, I'm not saying that is reported or even speculated, but just based on his ability. I get that's where I would guess, but who knows? Sanchez, let's go. Yes, I do remember. Quinyon jersey is on order. Heck yeah. Chat helped with that. Big time. Blast Gaming, what's up? How's it doing? Let's see. I'm awake. Loves the bye early. We'll definitely need it. Straighten out those growing pains. It's fair. I like the positive, the optimism there. Weedosaurus believes they're definitely banking on White wearing the green dot. Okay. That's where I'm leaning toward. Still wouldn't totally surprise me if it's all right, hey, Nakobe, you're getting a shot again. It's yours. But yes, that's where I lean to as well. Professor Pond, who should we start at nickel, Avante or Dejean? Maddox is one of the best in the league at nickel, but I don't know. Coop is exciting. Yeah, I don't know. And you could throw in a couple other names. I know that Isaiah Rodgers doesn't have much experience playing the slot, and it's 50-50, right? So I'm not saying, hey, look, he's your slot corner. But it's 50-50 because half of people are saying that I've heard that, and we've gone back and forth on this with the chat, but it's like half people feel like or seem to believe that Isaiah Rodgers is going to be a slot cornerback, and half the people are saying he's never played it or he's very rarely played it, so he's not going to be in that position. I don't know. It feels like he's going to make the roster, but is he going to play at that slot position? We'll see. He's got, I think in my mind, he's got all the athleticism for it. He's got the ability. You love to see what he brings to the table. So, yeah, you could throw in Isaiah Rodgers. You could throw in Sean Stevens. Remember, he played well enough, showed some competition in rookie minicamp to get signed. It's a long shot, but then you also have Tyler Hall. So, I mean, you got a ton of different options that you want to go with, which is a great problem to have. That's all over the secondary. But, yeah, if I don't know, as of today, if you're going with those options there, man, I don't know, because it's if Avante's healthy, but when is he going to be healthy? How can he stay healthy? It's like the constant question. He can't play hardly any games. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of go back and forth. I would be really curious if Isaiah Rodgers does not have rust, or maybe he has a little bit, but if he's able to kind of shake it off, get going in training camp, have a good preseason, it wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, he's starting slot corner. Even though, yes, he's not played it much, but you have to think about, like, Slay's going to be on outside on one, Quinyon Mitchell on the other. You got your backup options of Keely Ringo. Maybe probably Eli Ricks would be my argument. I understand some people say no to Eli Ricks. But yeah, no, I'd probably not. Probably not safety. Fanny, that is really nice of you. If you win the Barkley jersey, you say you give it away to another member. I already have one. That is, shout out to you. That's awesome. If you win it, though, by the way, I'll just say that you could get a different one. Like, I'll make it a different jersey. You don't have to. Whatever you want to do, totally up to you. Very generous, of course. But if you want to get a different jersey, you're more than welcome. Just let me know, and I will change it. Eagles on Top asking about the Saquon Barkley jersey giveaway. Yes, the pinned comment that you see there, if you click it, it should take you. I tested it earlier, so it should work, but it'll take you to a different video. I apologize that it takes you back and forth. That's the best way that I have to do it for going to the comments or getting the random comment picker. So click on that link. It'll take you to the other video. You got to comment Saquon, and then you're automatically entered, which we're going to do in about 10-ish minutes. We will spin for someone randomly. Cool Rains. I missed this comment actually earlier. Did anyone hear that a NFL game could be coming to Melbourne next year or in 2 years? Someone who lives in Melbourne, and I'm hyped, but it would be amazing if Philly is playing there. That would be actually pretty cool. I would actually consider going to that game, in fact. If they played in Australia, that would be pretty legit. And you have to think that the Eagles would be, somewhat up there. Granted, they're playing in Brazil. I don't know how that works, because like Jacksonville, they're every single year they're playing overseas somewhere, usually in London, but or somewhere close. But it's like you got the connection. Jordan Mailata, potentially Lakin. I'm drawing a blank. What's the dude's name? Lakin. I'm not gonna. Whoever the offensive lineman from Australia, but there's some connections there, so that would be kind of cool. All right, and I missed one of these earlier too. There you go, Carmelo. Heck yeah. The name Carmelo, love it. Love Carmelo. Some people are going to hear that and not have a clue of what we're referencing there. So it's not anything NBA related, just for heads up. Market Money, would I trade Bradberry or Avante? There it is. Tracy Ann, thank you. Bakalai. I was like, what on earth is his last name? But yeah, so the question of trading Bradberry or Avonte, if you could, sure, yeah. Because, I mean, in my opinion, Bradberry's going to get cut. Avonte Maddox, like, I go back and forth. It feels like, again, what I said, if he's healthy, he can be a top 5, top 10 corner, nickel corner, but he's not healthy very often. He might play himself into or onto the roster. But for Bradberry, like, I'll take whatever you can get for him, honestly. Like, I doubt that there's much in terms of a trade. I know it was a year, and you could go 2 years back and say, well, the dude was an all-pro. But corners, I mean, it's a lot of positions, yeah. But, like, corners in the NFL, they drop off quick, and it's kind of like, well, maybe you're done. Now, there might be a team that takes a flyer. But, yeah, like, if you get a 7th-round pick, 6th-round pick, maybe. I'm not sure that a team's going to trade for that, but maybe they would. Yeah, you in my opinion, you got to get rid of Bradberry because he's not making the roster. I just don't see a way that he is. The Quinyon Mitchell's got to see the field. He's got to start, in my opinion. So you know what? You move things on because you're not going to pay Bradberry and have him sit there to. Sure, you could make the case and say he's a backup option, but it's just you go ahead, take the $4 million in dead money, which is not a ton considering especially the cap amount that we have or where the cap is currently. There's still plenty of room. You can just make the move and do it. Move on. Would be a post June 1 though. I have not. Nope, I have not been to Australia. Some of my family has, and some friends have. So we'll see. Oh, David said, I heard it's true. It's between us and the Rams. There you go. Rohan, Eagles record prediction this year. I'm going to say I'm at 13-4. It's going to change probably all throughout the offseason because when I'm feeling optimistic, I'll probably be at 13-4. Whenever I'm like, I don't know. I've just started overthinking it. I might be at like 11-6. But I feel like 11-6 to me is the floor. 11-6 is the floor for the team. And I might could go up to a 14-3. That's the full range. But as of today, I'd give you 13-4. Yes, Cool Rain saying soon I'll be giving out Micah Parsons since he wants to be an Eagle. Yeah, if that happens, we will for sure do that. In fact, just mark it down. If Micah Parsons, if and when he becomes an Eagle, we'll give away like 5 of them on one stream. We'll do like 5 jerseys. Just keep spinning the wheel. Just here you go. Here's another Micah Parsons. Who wants another Micah Parsons? For real, if that happens, we'll do it. We'll do 5 jerseys. You heard it here first. Just relaxing. I understand. I mean, we could disagree, but I do understand the thought. Saying I don't think we should quit on Bradberry. He had one bad year and a bad defense, and it was at a position he normally doesn't play. That yes, he did play some of the slot. He was all over the place, confused, didn't have a lot of confidence, understandably, with his defensive coordinator. So yeah, it'll be better, and I'm sure that he will or would have a better season. I just really don't see a way that you're doing that. Band Up Fresh 11-6 is disrespectful. You got 14-3. I love the optimism. I'm 13-4, but I'm just saying like the floor for this team is 11-6. If we start out poorly, we have some issues of whatever, make some just boneheaded mistakes in games, whatever. Like 11-6 to me is as low as it goes. Oh, I missed Danny's comment earlier. Bradberry for a 7th and a bag of chips. Sure. Maybe even just a bag of chips. Look, I know that's hateful. Yes, that's probably too much. Cool Rain's prediction on Dallas is 10-7. Love it. Emily's going with the Dallas sucks. Yes, they do. Jays 11 wins. See, there's some. Rohan, not gonna lie, 12 or 13. Jeremiah is anywhere from 11 to 15. Okay. 15, man. I would love it. But Ian's apparently this is a crazy take. Parsons will never be an Eagle. Marty's 12-5. Kaka Monsters most likely got 12-5, 13-4. Weedosaurus split Dallas, lose to LA, Atlanta, Baltimore, Cincinnati. It could happen, but I guess my question is, if there's all those losses, like is that believing or feeling like we can beat any like good team, like really good team? I mean, if we look at the schedule, I guess sure that is beating Green Bay, but there's a lot of losses to. All right, hey, you know what? Pretty good team. Several of them playoff teams. Certainly the caliber, but even if you look at last season, there's a couple in there. I don't know. I feel like you can. I feel like we'll beat some of those. Maybe a little bit more. Ian's going 14-3. Cool Reigns, Philly with 13 wins. That's where I have for right now. 15. Yeah, Rowan says 15 would be the most in the 17 game season that any team's ever done. I mean, there's been the 17, right? Or I guess the change to the. Oh, that's fair. It'd be crazy. Would be crazy. Fanny 12-5, more realistic with a trap game in there somewhere. Yeah, that's why I've got us losing to Washington, because it's already a tough game. You know, we struggle with them sometimes and have that, but it's like Washington in Washington, and then the next week is Dallas in Philly, week 17. It just could be at that point. You know, we overlook it, trap game, whatever. Weedosaurus could see Philly sweeping Dallas, though. That would be. I would love to see that. I think everybody would, obviously, but got to get over the hump in Dallas. It's been such a struggle. And last year, my gosh, I mean, going to the game, I was thinking like, all right, hey, you know what? We haven't been great, but we're going to turn things around. Whew, that was not fun. Not fun to be there. Let's see. I missed another. There you go. Emily Garcia, comment here. Anybody else have high expectations for Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter working together? Absolutely. Yes. I mean, you got the Philly Dogs, first time officially, you know, like starting together. They got some playing time, obviously, on the D-line, but I mean, it's up to them. In the interior, as far as the defensive line goes, it's their play or nothing. And now, yes, Milton Williams, I think he's going to have a good year. He's going to be significant. It'll be important. Moro Ojomo will get more snaps. Hopefully, maybe Gabe Hall. That's my preference, making the roster. Could be Marlon Tuipulotu. Got a veteran presence. But either way, yes. I mean, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis are going to be the anchors for the defensive line. Like, they're going to have to set the tone. JD's been solid against the run. Knock him however you want to, but he has been solid. The metrics say it. If you go back and watch the tape, like even somewhat later, not towards the very, very end, but even somewhat later in the season, solid against the run. 7th in run stop win rate. So he's up there among interior D linemen. He's up there, right up there with the best. Top 10 in the league there. He's just not a pass rusher. And sure, that's maybe what you drafted him to hopefully also be. But even if he's just a run stopper and he takes up 2 gaps, then that's plenty fine. Like, Jalen Carter requires double team every single snap. Like, before he hit the rookie wall, it was Jalen Carter, you better double team him, because if you don't, he's going to take advantage. He's going to pressure the quarterback. So you have him there, you have JD, and then hopefully life is a little bit easier for Josh Sweat or Bryce Huff or Nolan Smith actually going to get to more playing time, live up to the potential. Zack Baun, if he's who knows if he is an edge or not. It'll be interesting to see though who those guys are and which ones contribute. But yeah, I'm with the high expectations. Those two guys. It's like everything else, right? Like when you're, I know that the saying is like you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable, but there's also an element of it. I think that anyone who's played sports, it's like, okay, now it's your time, right? Like it's your senior year, so to speak, and so you're like, I'm starting, part of the team, huge impact here. Fletch is gone, for better or worse. Sure, the vocal presence, sure, the leadership, the production, consistency, all that. But you know what? It's time to produce. It's put up or shut up, or shut up and put up or shut, whatever the saying is. But it's time for Jay to do it because he's been a first round pick. First round pick, not really lived up fully to the potential. And with Jalen Carter there, I think it's more of a motivator for JD than it is for JC. Like he's actually helping him to get into the weight room and help him to get in conditioning. I don't know if I'm fully going on board of saying like Jordan Davis is like drastically lost weight or, like the speculation, because I love the analysis. It feels like every single year we get a picture or a glimpse or a side angle of Jordan Davis and everyone goes, oh my gosh, he's lost 30 pounds. He looks unbelievable. And then, you eventually see him later and you're kind of like, okay, maybe. It kind of looks similar. You can see it in the face. Yeah, like he's toned up. But still, like I just think it's understandable. It's this time of year. You freak out about certain things. We have a long way to go. But the most important one is, can he be conditioned not for even just the start of the season or the middle of the season, but can he keep that up for the entire year, which we have yet to see. And Jordan even admitted, he's like, yeah, I didn't do what I needed to have my body right to be able to last the full season. We're 3 years in now. You have to be able to do that. This is the year. Ryan says he's definitely lost weight. He does look slimmer. It's just, how much does that actually put up or shut up? There you go. See, I think I had it the first time, and then I overthought it. So I appreciate that. Jason, what's up? Shout out to Jason, who had the sign. Won the sign. Love it, man. Looks great. Obviously, I'm biased, but Michael has sweeping Dallas and the Toy Soldiers split with the Little Giants. Interesting. I don't know if I have a split there. Marty can't wait to see the defense. I'm awake saying Baun is versatile. Clock the T. Jordan is a run stuffer. He's valuable for sure. He's definitely valuable, even if he doesn't get to the pass or to the pass rush production. And Buck JD looking like he's 280 and he's gonna run 4.5. See, that's the point. Is like it angles or everything, and the photos. Like he looks better, sure. Take that for how you will, but like he's in better shape. We will see. Tequila, I hope you're right. Jordan Davis is gonna show up and work his ass off this year. We'll see. I do think that he understands that. Appreciate it. Jason, you're the man. Got the cards coming this way, which we will do some giveaways there as well. If anybody's into some Eagles cards, shout out to Jason for the contribution there. Let's go. Kramer, what's up? You're late, but you're not you're 50-ish minutes late. But not a biggie. Just been hanging out, talking about OTAs, expectations. How you doing, though? All right, let me get the link set up real quick for the giveaway. Because I mentioned we're going to do... Oh, K. Robinson. That's a pretty... There's no angle that will have a big guy looking that lean. I need that angle. That's okay. That's fair. Yes. Yes. I'm not saying that he didn't lose any weight, but there's some people that are freaking out going like, oh, he looks like an edge or like an end. All right, let me get this comment randomized spinner set up. So we got to give away the Saquon jersey. Let's see. While we're doing that, there's a super chat here. Dre, what's up? Appreciate it. Appreciate the 5. Says, so I have losses to Green Bay, Jags, Ravens, and the odd loss to Kami's second time we play them. There's always one head scratcher, am I right? 13-4. I can agree with that. That's why I went with 13-4. I'm right there with you. There's always one of them, and it feels like it's Washington a lot. Wouldn't surprise me if it's Washington again this year. But yes, there's usually one of those. If we lose to, we're going to, be upset on any loss. But if you lose to Green Bay, it's in Brazil. If you lose to Jacksonville, that one would be like okay, come on. We're Sunday Night Football at home. That would be frustrating, but still, I don't think it's like the Jags are terrible. Baltimore on the road, that's a tough game. And then, yeah, like you say, the Commies play us tough, but there is one of those just kind of like, man, you have no business losing to that team. And we'll see. But yeah, I agree with you. 13-4 feels realistic. Wouldn't be totally shocking. All right, let me get this. Comment picker selected here. We've got 1 million comments on this video, so let's see. What is the official number for people and the Saquon jersey? Okay. 1,529 comments. That is, well, there you go. You know your odds. You know your chances of winning now. It's 1 in 1,529 to win the Saquon jersey. So it's one of the most. It's not the most for people that got in on the, which is still going on, the Eagles 2 regular season ticket giveaway. Any game of your choice. We're going to do that one on Friday night. That one has more comments, probably understandably so, but still, this is the second most. Over 1,500 people entered. Yeah, Dre, if you want to enter for the jersey, I'll hold tight for just like a couple minutes. But the link, the pinned comment in the chat section that you see there, it'll take you to a different link. It'll take you to a different video. You got to click that and then type in Saquon on the comment section. It's going to take you to a separate video. So you got to go to that separate video, type in Saquon, and then come back to the live stream, and we will spin. I love, yes. So you're telling me there's a chance. There's a chance. Yep. It's not 1 in 1 million. You do have a better chance than that. But I'll wait just to make sure if Dre's going to go check it out. We'll give a few more minutes. Any last second comments, last second entries for Saquon? This is the jersey giveaway for Saquon Barkley. Although I did say it to Nate and a couple others. If you win and you don't want Saquon, fine. We'll make it whatever jersey you want. So, Jason, I know I did this one. Let's see here. Better odds than the lottery. Yeah. Ryan, love how the tags in this stream aren't any big name player. It kind of randomizes, honestly. You put the tags and then it just throws the most recent ones up there. But a good question, is it going to be Kelly Green? It'll be whatever you want. If you want Kelly Green, sure. I will say it might take a little bit longer, but yes, if you want a Kelly Green jersey it can be Kelly green. If you want a midnight green, we'll do that. If you want a black jersey, whatever. Sweet. Dre is in. A Devante... Andrew, if you want a Devante Parker jersey, you might be out of luck. Or you might be... It might be so on sale. You know, sometimes you get those when the player leaves. It could be unbelievably cheap to get your hands on. It might be just free at this point, really. Kramer, you can't click the link. Dre just did it. Sounds like a you problem. No offense, but I mean, someone just did it, so. Low-key, yes, I heard Parker's jersey was already retired. I did see that comment. It's crazy. Again, I'm waiting one more or a couple more minutes. If there's any last second, I'm gonna, regardless, at 9:45, we get 4 more minutes. I'm gonna spin. LA Kid asking, are the Kelly green jerseys even available for Saquon? So technically, no, but you can do the custom jersey, which I've been doing to ship out to a couple others that I've given for the Saquon. So for all intents and purposes, it is a Saquon jersey. It's just the custom way that is like $40 more expensive. But it has Barkley and everything else there. So sweet. Okay, Kramer, you got it. Band Up Fresh. You have like 4 minutes. Or I'm sorry, you said, how do you win the tickets? Okay. That'll be on Friday. There's a link. I'll post it again, but it's on the other video. It's the Kellen Moore video, kind of the breakdown, the hour-long video that we dropped this past weekend. So if you go to that one, or I'm sorry, no, incorrect. It's the Justin Simmons. I'm getting him confused, so I apologize. If I'm messing it up, then yeah, it's totally confusing. It's the Justin Simmons. Go to the Justin Simmons video. It's like 2 or 3 videos ago, but you'll see Justin Simmons on the title. That's the one that is the randomized comment picker for Kramer. You know I'm having fun just picking on you. But yes, that is the one that'll go for the ticket giveaway. That's true. You can't go wrong with a Dawkins jersey. It's a fair point. Okay, 2 or 3 more minutes. I'm just last chance, anyone getting in on the giveaway. Kay Robinson asking who will get the number 13 since Parker's retired. That is interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Jalen Hunt wore it in college. I did throw out Ainias Smith just to go from 82 to 13. Like, I don't know. For me personally, something about the teens and a wide receiver. I understand if you say 13 and a receiver that thoughts come to mind. So we won't necessarily, that has to be the option. But, Jalen Hunt might get the preference. Unless, I don't know, if Cooper Dejean, I suppose, if he says, hey, I want to get 13 because I wore 3 in college and he doesn't want 33, I would assume it goes based on, like, when you were drafted. Maybe not, but just my total assumption would be, hey, Quinyon, do you want the number? No? Okay. And then you move on. You're, all right, hey, Coop, do you want the number? No? Okay. Then Jalen Hunt, you just go based off a draft order? Maybe. Or maybe it's not that formal. Who knows? LA Kid, no problem. It is a blast. You guys know, y'all are the best. So as many giveaways as we can do, seriously, going to try to keep these up as long as possible. And the season's going to be crazy because we're going to be giving away game tickets all the time, especially to members. Get extra entry giveaways that we do during like the member calls, last Friday of every month. And then, try to keep these up throughout the season or throughout the off season leading up to the season. Howie Roseman, the GOAT. What's up? Says you, Thomas, and Philly 500 should do a live together. We have done the one. It's been a while. And then shout out to Philly 500 for coming on, what was it, 2 weeks ago at this point? The weeks run together. I think it was 2 weeks. But, yeah, try to make it happen. So, we'll be good. Isaac, appreciate the page. What's up? Appreciate that, man. Yeah, the thoughts coming to mind. Andrew, if you were Quinyon or Q, I'd want 21 to remind me of how many idiot teams passed on me. It's not the worst option. Okay, we're at 9:45. I think it's plenty of time for people to get on the giveaway. So we will refresh this one more time, get all the last comments in, and draw this thing. Okay, let's see here. All right, got to make sure I'm giving the multiple spellings too. So, and there we go. All right, I'm going to share the screen. Good luck to everybody. And we will see who wins this jersey. Not your typical Leo. No problem. Keeping you company while you wait for your food. Hopefully, good luck to you. Maybe you win the jersey giveaway if you got in on it. All right, screen share. Make sure you can see that. It's a very boring blue background, I know, but best one I've found. All right, spinning the wheel. It is time. Who wins it? It is, out of the 1,500 plus comments for Saquon, Lorenzo Bird, 5811. Congratulations. Lorenzo, you have won a Saquon jersey of your choice. You want a Kelly green? You want a midnight green? You want a white one? Whatever. Let me know. Hit me up, the Philly Special Show at gmail.com. I'll also post in the community page. You've got a week to claim it. So far, everyone's actually been fairly decent about claiming the jerseys. I will say that because in the past, there's been some times where we've done giveaways and no one has, and then we respin or basically give it away during a live stream. But for the most part, everyone's been pretty on top of it. So, Lorenzo, hit me up. If you want to DM me on Twitter, that works too. I'll comment here in a second, so you know that you won officially. But there you go. Jersey giveaway for this week. Lorenzo Bird, 5811. It's actually a name that I can say without having to censor or anything like that too. So I appreciate the username. It's great. It's fantastic. All right. Yeah, Renzo, you were close. Right there. Rohan, appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Again, you still have a chance. If you have not, get in on the 2 Eagles tickets giveaway. Any Eagles game of your choice, even, if you're in a different location, like Donovan and Fanny, those in Ohio, if you want to go see him play in Cincinnati, it's any game, whatever game you want to go to. So as long as you commented on that video, you will have a chance, and we'll spin the wheel. I guess it's not really a wheel, but whatever. Spin the randomized or start the randomized comment selector on Friday night live stream. I know it was. Yeah, Loki, you're right. It was alphabetical order. It was just gonna go, and you had to be next. I'm sorry, you were so close. Really, really close. Ryan, good point. Has anyone ever tried to copy the winner's name to claim it? That I have had a few people that have reached out. So maybe let me just say this too for Lorenzo in case he's watching this later or maybe he shows up here in a second. I do need a screenshot of your comment, your profile, and checking out the stream. Now, there's ways to not confirm that, but I can go in here and get extra info. So thankfully we have not, but there have been some semi posers that have said, "Hey, thanks, I won the jersey," and I'm like, "All right, hey, can you send me any screenshot or any proof of your info and everything else?" And there's nothing after that. So, but yes, you never fully know, I suppose. I will also say, too, just for everyone else, I mean, if Lorenzo, for some reason, does not claim this jersey in a week, then we'll give it away during a live stream. And for that, it's just if you're a part of the live stream. And I'm not redoing this thing again, so it's just whoever is present. So, like, what, we have 150-ish people here right now. So, in that sense, if we got a week from now and he hadn't claimed it, then I'll just be like, hey, it's up for the grabs for the 150. I'll probably, I don't know, throw out some random, I don't know, trivia or something, and the first person to answer it will win the jersey. So there you go. Jason should already have a blue check next to your name. Rohan, which mic do I use? It's the Shure, what is it? The Shure MV7? Yeah, Shure MV7. All right. Just commenting there. So we'll see. We'll see if I hear from Lorenzo soon or if we're waiting a week from now. All right. Let's see. Other OTA conversations. People to keep an eye on. Any positional battles? I know we talked about the receiver a decent amount, linebacker, corner. We didn't talk about O-line a ton. I did see a comment earlier that we kind of just glossed over. So apologies to whoever that was. Let's see. Rohan actually asked a good question, though. What games will we wear Kelly green and black unis? I don't know. It feels like a Kelly green should be on some sort of like primetime matchup. So maybe you wear the Kelly greens against, I don't know, Jacksonville. Like, I don't know if that, maybe. I guess you do Jacksonville. Sunday Night Football, Jacksonville. Probably wouldn't do it. I would love it personally. I'm a big fan of the Kelly green. I doubt that they would do it for the home opener. You think they might do it in Brazil? I mean, I guess that's kind of the home opener, but it's really like a fake home opener. But then Atlanta, Monday night, seems like it's probably just midnight green. I don't know. And then what? There's, other than that, I mean, you look at doing one of them. I don't know. I guess you could just do it during like a day game. It just feels like the iconic Kelly greens need kind of the extra stage. So that's where I'm going with like, yeah, maybe you do it for a night game. I think there's a Thursday night football game right against Washington. Could possibly wear them there. Jason, this is just water. This is not the Friday live stream. This is Tuesday. We're still in the week. Friday gets a little crazy. This is the toned down version. Andrew Jerry all in means all his money going to CD. Oh, that's a good point though. Yes. Low key with the white jersey. Yeah, the white helmet that Isaiah Rodgers was wearing with the white jerseys, that would be a pretty good look actually. Although there's only the 3 helmets, so it's probably midnight green, Kelly green, and then the black helmet that they go with. Donnie saying Fred Johnson maybe shows he can be a great backup. Yeah, maybe so. He works on there. He's also got an uphill battle. Mekhi Becton. Yes, okay, so I see Rohan's comment. K. Robinson, since we can't wear in Brazil, green in Brazil, it's a fair point if you can't wear green in Brazil, that they'll go with the black uniforms. But there's still some green in it. Although, I mean, it was kind of blown out of proportion because I talked about it and I kind of joked about it too. It's like, look, it's the rival team of Corinthians at the Corinthians arena that they don't want them wearing green. They don't want any of their players. They had I think Joe was the soccer player there that actually wore like he claimed they were turquoise-ish, but kind of on the bluer side. And there was maybe kind of some green. Some people were back and forth. Anyway, he got basically reprimanded for it. So I know they're serious, and I get it. Maybe there's some, superstitions there, and you don't actually want anyone at all. It doesn't matter who it is to wear green. So I don't know. But the NFL, like everyone involved, had to have known. Otherwise, just the most oblivious, ignorant thing possible. We're like, hey, let's go have an NFL game at Corinthians Arena. Who should be there? Oh, well, let's go. I guess we'll pick the Eagles and the Packers, and no one's allowed to wear green. Like, come on, really? You pick 2 teams that are green. You pick one team that has the word green in the team name. They're not. They surely can wear green if. Yeah, Andrew. Yeah. The F is Green Bay going to wear if green is banned? I mean, technically, they could wear the blue with the yellow, the really super ugly jerseys. They're throwbacks. But there's no way. Yes, I know they're throwbacks or that. There is no way that the NFL is going to have. They will pay people. They will do whatever they need. Their product, the first Friday night game on a Peacock stream in Brazil, is not going to be the Eagles. But because, I mean, also, I guess, the Eagles are in black uniforms, and then the Packers are on their darker, bluish yellow throwbacks or whatever the color is. It's like a tan. There's no way. Ryan, let's just make it red versus blue. Sure, let's just have alternate uniforms that make absolutely no sense. We'll just put on some pennies and go out there and play, right? It's no big deal. It's not like the NFL is trying to worry about this. There is just no way. There is no way in my mind that it is not, because of all the ramifications and trying to make this thing bigger than life and all this other stuff. There is no way that I see that game being anything other than the Packers in their traditional uniforms, which, assuming, being the away team, it'll be the white jerseys with the green lettering and the yellow pants, and the Eagles would be in midnight green. That's what I would bet with. I totally understand and have heard and read and seen all this stuff of Corinthians Arena, and they don't like green, and they don't want to wear that or anything else. It never happens. But NFL's different. So I'll be shocked. Let's just say that. Andrew, give me Eagle in funeral black versus Packers in Stormtrooper white. Yeah, I'd say it. The Peacock stream, yeah, it's on a Friday Peacock stream. For those that are not local, if you're local, you'll be able to watch it. You don't have to have Peacock. But for anyone else, you have to have the stream. So either get your trial run or just, you can hang out. We're going to stream it here. We'll be giving you the play-by-play. Or you can do some of both. So either way, whatever you want to do. Viscera, Brazil going to be shirts versus skins. Yeah, let's just, why not? It's interesting though, Jason. Yeah, why have they not commented about? I suppose it's because it's not that big of a deal. I suppose that everyone else is making a big deal about it. They're just like, whatever, just let them. You know, what is it? What's the saying? All publicity is good publicity, or something like that. Like it's just, hey, whatever. Sure, more storylines. Kramer, no, not local to Philly. Yeah, born behind enemy lines. Born in Dallas. Somehow made it out. Cards stacked against me, I know, but, we made it through. Kay Robinson, remember now, I think they said they're going to wear black jerseys with white pants. Okay. Dre, appreciate it, man. Another 5-bomb. Let's go. Says, do you have us losing to the Ravens? I do, but have you looked at what they lost this year? They got gutted on both sides of the ball. Yeah, that's totally a fair point. I'm interested because of first off, I guess, how are they going to handle losing what they did? Because Mike McDonald, lose your defensive coordinator. You lose several Patrick Queen, you lose several players. Now you gain, yes, understandably, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, the tandem that they have there, and the offensive side. But how are they able to adjust? Right? John Harbaugh is kind of the CEO head coach, so to speak. He's going to have other guys implement the systems. Now he is a brilliant mind, so or he knows what he's doing. We should say that. He's been here, done that. Bring in different coordinators, had success with different coordinators. They're a perennial squad that's usually, in the playoffs. Now, does Lamar play great in the playoffs? No, he can't really do that once they get there. But I don't know. I still probably have us losing to the Ravens. That's what I said in one of the videos, the predictions. And as of right now, still, I feel that way. It'll be a close game, but I just think that in Baltimore, the Ravens are a really good team. So are we. I think it's coin flip. Now, I think that I want to say the opening line is Baltimore -4 or something like that. So I wouldn't mind necessarily taking 4 points. If you want to give me Eagles, give me the 4 points to start out here. Could totally change. Who knows by the time that we get to that point. But yeah, I think it'll be a close game. I just feel like the Ravens will... they'll end up taking that one because it's at home. Although maybe they struggle because of being gutted like they did, and all of a sudden they're not even close to the same team. Because we know how that feels. Kramer, yes. Did I put any thought into predict the roster challenge as well as a channel meetup, maybe preseason game? Yes, I did. The roster challenge is in the works, so stay tuned. But yes, it's taking a little bit of time because I've got to basically, long story short, have it all set up for everyone to enter the challenge and then figure out a way to determine a winner, basically. But yes, we'll probably have something to the effect of that, but begun on that side. And then also channel meetup for a preseason game. That is a possibility. I'm still working schedule-wise with... It's probably more so me than it is for Thomas, but with the wife and the kiddos and everything else. So I would say I've made a lot more progress in terms of the roster challenge than the preseason meetup, but we got forever to go, so there's plenty of time. That would be a blast, though. Yes, I would love to make that happen. So stay tuned. More to come. Think it's a possibility. We will see. Low-key, fair point. Yeah, I'm curious as why we play them again in the preseason. If we also play them in the season, this is, who knows? I'm sure people have a better understanding, better knowledge. The only thought that I have is like they're close, so it works out schedule-wise what other teams they're also playing. It's easy. You're like, all right, hey, not a long trip. These teams have played each other in the preseason. It just makes sense. You don't want to have teams obviously like traveling cross country or anything like that for the preseason. So, yeah, you have them, you have the Patriots, and who's the other one? Why am I drawing a blank on the third? Whoever the third team is. Vikings, Minnesota. That one's not as close for Minnesota, but I guess, I don't know. I haven't looked at their schedule. You guys may know. Whoever they're playing in the preseason, perhaps it's closer. Maybe they have 2 East Coast games. I don't know. It's just, I'm just spitballing. Yeah, Loki, I appreciate it. Vikings. All right, probably going to go 10, 15 more minutes. Got to go help the wife get the kiddos down. So this has been fun. Last minute questions, comments, anything else? Camp battles that you're looking forward to, competition going on. Or even, I guess Vic Fangio, he got called out today? Somewhat. By, who was that? It was the safety. What was his name? Oh, why am I drawing a blank on who that was? Was it Holland? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, basically just took a shot. Kind of throwing shade, which is interesting. We've heard some players, and it's not anything entirely new, but Miami, talking about the guys that said Fangio's, not the most popular, or he's demanding, and some of the guys wanted to maybe have a little bit more relaxed, whatever the case may be there. But yeah, kind of. He just threw shade. Maybe I shouldn't say call that. Threw shade, hating on him. Yeah, Javon Holland. Anyway, so apparently the relationship soured. Yeah, he's calling Weaver a good man. And not the fact that it's Fangio, so who knows? It's not, to me, I'm not as concerned. Again, you hear reports of Miami and the players not really loving it, but like Lord Vaughn says, Miami was a bunch of divas. And honestly, I think that we probably need a little bit of a wake-up call if we saw what happened last season. So, yeah, get in everybody's face and make sure that they're actually putting in the work, the time, the effort. We got some young guys here. Trent, appreciate it, man. I see you're going out. Have a good one. Do well in the Fast and the Furious movie, family and all. How are the kiddos? Kiddos are doing good. I'm gonna jump off here in just a second because I'm gonna help with bedtime. I did get the, we're all clear for like 10-ish more minutes, something like that. Tracy and those Miami guys really hated Fangio. Yes, Mike getting paid millions and complaining that the coach wants them to play their best. That's true. Kramer, yeah, young boys don't like to work. Here's the spoon. Open up. Here's your trophy. Participation award generation. Yeah, it's it. I am certainly not a believer in the whole participation trophy, but I agree. Need the old school work ethic and grind. The fact that, again, you got guys like Nolan Smith who they seem hungry, right? Like Nolan Smith, even Nakobe Dean. You got guys who Zack Baun. There's unproven guys, or maybe somewhat unproven for some of them, and then other guys who kind of need to take that next step. But there's just, I don't know. There's like an element for a lot of the players where it feels like they're at that stage where it's like, hey, this is make or break, or this is a huge opportunity for you to play above what your potential, or to prove people wrong, or for those that are doubting you, thinking you can't actually get to that level. So I don't think there's a better option. You know what? Hey, maybe he doesn't have the best relationship with everybody. Maybe there's a couple players that don't really love him, potentially hate his guts at times. But if you want someone who's going to push you and going to motivate and put in the time and effort and energy, like, I can appreciate the fact that Fangio is going to be there. He's going to be watching the film, watching the tape, putting in the extra time and effort to prepare for teams and get ready for games and demand that from his players and hold them accountable. Like, that's what you want. Joey Bag of Donuts, is Trey Hendrickson going to hold out? Could be a good trade candidate. I maybe hold out, but I just highly doubt that you're going to go trade for him. He would be good. It just doesn't seem like you're going to go make an acquisition like that, especially what you've already done. Even, sure, you could probably make it work cap-wise, but it seems highly unlikely you're going to make an acquisition like that. Certainly this late. I agree, Andrew. Yes. Says, I don't see any of our players with characters that wouldn't embrace being pushed hard. I love it. And like Joey said, just like Jim Johnson, players follow those type of coaches. It is a different time. It's crazy how fast time flies. It's like you blink and, it's fast forward a year or two. But yes, even still, I think that the vast majority, or maybe the majority, maybe not the vast majority, but the majority still gravitate towards, hey, look, like, I'm going to lead by example. Like, if you're showing me that, then cool. Like, you've earned the respect, and he has the resume, but he's also going to show it to the players. Whereas, if it's just kind of like, what, you just blindly follow someone and you're also not seeing them put in the effort, like, there's no trust, there's no respect built in that, because you're like, okay, cool, you want me to put in all this time and effort and energy, but you're not going to do it yourself. And Fangio's not that. There's no concern with him on that side. It's going to be maybe too much to the extreme. It'll be all the time, every day, a football for life, but that's what he is. He's a lifer. So I'm pumped. Like I said, but there's more pressure for me on Kellen more because of the weapons that he has. But Fangio, I mean, you know that he wants this thing to work out. Granted, you go into every situation, but he wants this one to work out more than any other place. Like, being from the area, having started his career 40 years ago, coming full circle, basically all but saying that Jonathan Gannon ruined it for him and he would have been the defensive coordinator. He said he allowed the reporters to kind of speculate, but he didn't shut it down. So that tells me, yeah, he would have been the defensive coordinator last season. It would not have been Sean Desai if JG had not pulled his BS and everything else that he did there. So, yeah, this is his opportunity. I mean, he's going to give it his all, and he's going to demand the same for the players. And that's exactly what you want. I am super excited. Can't wait to see what he cooks up for this defense, because it'll be night and day difference. Obviously, it's not easy to be, not hard to be much better than what that was, because it was so bad towards the end of last season, but it's going to be good. All right, couple more minutes here, and I'm going to jump off. Go help the wife. Again, congrats to What was his name? Lorenzo Bird. Lorenzo Bird, 5811. I'll make sure and post it to the community page so that you know that you won officially. But contact me about the Saquon jersey, and we'll get it shipped your way. Dallas also ranks high in playoff chokes. Yeah. And Lord Vaughn, good point. Howie is a genius went and got a lot of guys with chips on their shoulder this offseason. Remember, Bradberry only played like a dog in 22 because Giants didn't want him, and he proved them all wrong. It's a fair point. You got Devin White. You got kind of in a sense, I mean, we wanted him, but C.J. Gardner-Johnson, like I talked to several Detroit fans, and I understand like they had him go through injuries and frustrations and stuff like that. But from the friends that I have that are Detroit fans, there's more of frustration than there is anything else of C.J. Gardner-Johnson. There's not as much appreciation. So I think even C.J. has something to prove. You know, you come back, you show up there. But yeah, you got that. You got Saquon, who's probably wanting to stick it to the Giants a little bit. Yeah, he's going to have a great year. So, all right. Yes, Mike, I appreciate it too. I will. I'm going to hop off now. Again, though, wrapping up with the Saquon. Lorenzo, you won. I'll contact you. Or you contact me. Western Trejo says CJ deserves some love. For sure, he's going to be great. He's going to be phenomenal. Defense is going to have a different swagger. Already does, but will have a different swagger. The competition that he provides. But all right, we will have, again, live show tomorrow, the Wednesday link, me and Thomas Mott breaking down the Eagles OTA actual footage, getting to see from the practice, probably some interviews, more shows to come in the next few days, and then also the live stream Friday night, giving away the 2 Eagles regular season tickets. So if you're not already, hit the like button, subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you guys. Go Birds.